Hey guys, today me and Steve will be watching a review on every Shin Sonic versus new Mimicker mod.
Yeah! Mimicker will fight against all the Sonics today. That's cool.
The Sonics will all be in different phases. I'm very interested to see how they get stronger each time they do it.
The Mimicker looks really scary. Can he really beat all the Sonics?
Now Sonic Phase 1 will fight Mimicker. I bet Sonic will be too weak.
This Sonic is so small, he doesn't stand a chance against a Mimicker. You need a Sonic with a bigger phase.
I feel sorry for him. He was such a cutie. I hope the bigger Sonics get revenge for him, but I don't even know who can beat Mimicker.
Now, there will also be a Sonic from Phase 1, but he is from another mod. I think he will fail too, but he is bigger than the previous one.
He was killed too, even faster than the last one. Mimicker is really very strong and scary. Steve, could you beat Mimicker?
Good question. I think we can check it out in one of the next videos. What do you subscribers think?
Mimicker has already defeated 3 Sonics. I doubt you can kill him, but you're right. Let's check it out sometime. I'm very interested.
We have a total of 5 Sonics in each phase. I understand that none of them can defeat Mimicker. I wonder what will happen in the second phase.
This Sonic died with 1 hit. You are right. Phase 1. Sonics are very weak and can't handle Mimicker yet.
I think it's time to move on to Phase 2. I'm very curious about the outcome. Now he's going to take all the eggs and we'll start checking.
Wow, this video has so much action. I can't believe all the new features in this add-on.
I know! It's amazing how creative the community is. Every time I think I've seen it all, something new pops up.
The Mimicker's abilities are definitely going to change the way we play. I can't wait to see how it mimics different characters.
Speaking of characters, Sonic is such a classic. Every time I see him, I remember how fast he is. I wonder if we could find a way to incorporate that speed into our gameplay.
That would be awesome! Imagine sprinting through a forest like Sonic. We'd get resources in no time.
Exactly! And the phases he's got in the video look amazing. Each one just adds another layer. We could totally use that for our builds too.
For sure. You know, I always thought it would be fun to recreate some of Sonic's levels in Minecraft. Just think about the loops and speed boosts.
That sounds like a blast! And it would challenge our building skills too. Maybe we should set up a competition. Who can build a better Sonic-themed area?
I'm in! And we could use some Mimicker tactics to throw each other off while we build. That would definitely keep things interesting.
Oh, totally. Plus, watching how the Mimicker interacts with Sonic in the video is a great learning opportunity. We should take notes.
Absolutely! And it's also cool how these mods bring such different gameplay styles together. I love how it keeps things fresh and exciting.
Definitely. We should keep an eye out for more updates like this one. It's always fun to see what new surprises are around the corner.
Agreed. Now, let's finish up watching this video. I want to see if there are any new strategies we can pick up for our next adventure.
I can tell you the story of how I met Mimicker in Minecraft. You want to hear it?
Come on, I want to hear it.
As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting an eerie shadow over the blocky landscape, Steve felt a chill run down his spine. He had ventured deep into the dark forest, a place known for its towering trees and unsettling silence, where the light struggled to penetrate the thick canopy above. Every step he took crunched softly against the underbrush, echoing in the stillness as he made his way deeper into the woods, his torch flickering in his hand.
And what happened next?
Suddenly, something caught his eye. A flicker of movement in the corner of his vision. Turning to look, Steve stood frozen. There, standing among the trees, was a figure that looked just like him. But something was off. It had the same blocky frame, the familiar blue shirt and brown pants, but its eyes were hollow, glowing with an unnatural red light. This was no ordinary doppelganger. It was a Mimicker, a fearsome creature known in hushed whispers among players and warriors alike.
That sounds really scary. Keep going.
"Who are you?" Steve called out, trying to mask his fear with courage. The Mimicker tilted its head, a mocking grin spreading across its pixelated face. It echoed his voice in a distorted tone. "Who are you?" The voice was chilling, sending shivers through Steve. The hairs on the back of his neck stood on end as he realized that this creature could mimic not just his appearance, but also his words. The air grew thick with tension as the Mimicker stepped closer, its movements eerily fluid. "You think you can escape me?" It taunted, its laugh echoing oddly through the trees. Steve could feel the ground beneath him shift, as panic surged within him. He had heard stories of players who had encountered this beast and never returned. They had all said the same thing. The mimicker thrives on fear and will do anything to trap its prey. Steve quickly remembered his training. I can't let it get the best of me, he thought, gripping his sword tightly. He took a step backward, assessing the situation while trying to devise a plan. The mimicker lunged forward, swift and silent, its form blurring for an instant before it appeared right in front of him. Run away, Steve! It echoed with a sinister glee.
I don't know what I'd do in your situation, but what's next?
In that moment, Steve turned and sprinted through the dense trees, dodging branches that reached like clawed hands. The mimicker's laughter followed him, a haunting melody that seemed to surround him, echoing from every direction. You can't escape! It called, its voice morphing into more sinister sounds. Fear propelled him forward, his heart pounding as he darted through the underbrush. He had to find a way out. With every stride, he glanced back, the mimicker hot on his heels, matching his speed, taunting him with every step. But then, in the distance, he spotted the glowing light of his familiar campfire peeking through the trees, a beacon of safety. With renewed hope, Steve focused his energy and ran faster than ever, weaving through the thick foliage. Finally, he burst through the last line of trees and skidded to a halt, his campfire flickering wildly, casting a warm glow around him. He could hear the mimicker slowing down, its red eyes flashing in the darkness. You'll have to try harder, Steve, it promised, before fading back into the shadows of the forest. Panting heavily, Steve knew he had survived. Not just a terrifying encounter, but a reminder of the darkness lurking in the corners of his world. He took a deep breath, grateful for the warmth of the fire, determined to never let fear rule his adventures again. The dark forest would always be there, but so would he, ready to face whatever challenges awaited him, armed with courage and the memory of a chilling encounter he would never forget.
Very scary, but don't you think no Sonic has ever beaten Mimicker? I don't think it's likely you'll be able to do that.
Yeah, I see. Apparently Mimicker will remain undefeated until the end, although the last phase of Sonic looks just as intimidating. It's very strange.
I think the last phase of Sonic would beat Mimicker in real-life circumstances. It's much bigger and stronger.
I think it's time to say goodbye. Bye, everyone! Like and subscribe to the channel and write comments. We'll read everything.
Oh my god, is that a Labubu in Roblox?
Yeah, and it's Berry Prison Run with Labubu!
I really want one of these toys. It's really cute and cool.
In this game, she won't be exactly cute. She'll chase us down and try to eat us, I guess.
Too bad, but I wouldn't mind if a giant Labubu caught me and gave me a big hug.
Yeah, that'd be great, but you better watch out for her today. And we've got parkour and challenges. Are you ready?
I've escaped from Berry Prison 1,000,000 times. You don't think I'm ready this time?
I didn't say that. I've played Berry Prison many times too, so we'll get through this quickly. It'll be fun.
Now we're going through the vent. It's not a difficult step. It's easy.
Yeah, you just have to go through obstacles. Nobody's even chasing us.
I can't wait to see Labubu. When will he show up?
So what do you think about Labubu Prison? I can't believe how intense it gets.
That plushie is both adorable and terrifying. It really keeps you on your toes. I wasn't expecting it to be so challenging.
Right? I thought we'd just run around and find a way out, but the puzzles are pretty tricky. You know, it really tests our teamwork.
Absolutely. I think it highlights our strengths. You're great at finding clues and figuring out the puzzles, while I'm better at sneaking around and distracting Labubu.
True. You always find a way to lure it away while I'm figuring out what to do next. I guess you could say I'm the brains and you're the brawn.
I wouldn't say that. It's more like we balance each other out. Your problem-solving skills definitely get us through the tougher spots.
Thanks. I guess we make a great team. Just like in Minecraft. It's nice to take a break from gathering resources and fighting mobs, isn't it?
Definitely. This is a different kind of challenge. Plus, it's fun to explore a new world outside of blocks and cubes.
Speaking of exploring, do you think we could try another escape game after this? I'm really enjoying the adrenaline rush.
For sure. There are so many games out there with different themes. I'm curious to see what else is out there.
Me too. Just imagine escaping from a haunted castle or something. That could be awesome. Or terrifying.
Haha, either way, I'm in. As long as we stick together, I think we can handle anything. Just like always.
Exactly. Let's focus on solving these puzzles first, and then we can plan our next adventure.
Sounds like a plan. Let's keep an eye out for clues and avoid Labubu. We've got this.
I never thought a plush toy could be so creepy.
I know, right? It's like the cutest thing is hiding a sinister side. I love how it keeps us on our toes. It really tests our teamwork.
Absolutely. I think our skills complement each other well, especially when it comes to problem solving. You're always so good at spotting hidden clues.
Thanks, Steve. And you've got that amazing instinct for navigating tricky situations. Remember last time when you let us out of a tight spot? That was epic.
Haha, yeah. But I couldn't have done it without your quick thinking. It's great how we balance each other out. Do you think our Minecraft skills help us here in Roblox?
For sure. The way we think about crafting solutions translates well into these escape games. Plus, we've always been good at strategizing together.
Speaking of strategies, we should definitely come up with a plan to distract Labubu while we search for the keys. Maybe we can create a diversion?
Great idea. Using our surroundings to our advantage is key. Just like in Minecraft, we have to be resourceful.
Exactly. And this game gives me a chance to sharpen my sneaky skills. You know, it's fun to step outside our comfort zone every now and then.
Yeah, I love that we can try new things together. Whether it's building in Minecraft or escaping a plush prison in Roblox, it's always a blast with you.
Couldn't agree more. After we escape this place, maybe we should think about tackling a different genre. Something completely out of our usual comfort zone.
Ooh, I like the sound of that. Let's keep an eye out for new games while we're at it. The adventure never ends, right?
Definitely! But first, let's focus on getting out of here. Labubu won't know what hit it.
I'm gonna tell you how I played Berry Prison before, okay?
Okay, come on, I'm interested to hear it.
As soon as I entered the game, I was immediately plunged into the atmosphere. There were bright colors, funny characters, and a mysterious environment of the prison, which I found myself in with other players. Our goal was clear: to get out. At the beginning, I felt a slight trepidation. We were in a room with a few other prisoners, and we didn't have much time to figure out what to do next. Suddenly, the guards attacked us, and I realized that we couldn't just sit idly by. We had to act fast! I remember us gathered in a circle trying to come up with a strategy. Gradually, I realized that I needed to use the objects around me. In Roblox, you can interact with almost everything. I noticed a broken fan and suggested we try to climb over it. That was our first step to escape.
Wow, that's cool, but what's next?
We slipped through the vent and soon found ourselves in a long corridor full of obstacles. I was excited! All those platforms, lasers, and traps were creating tension. Every time I managed to jump over another obstacle, I felt my adrenaline kicking in. But it wasn't as easy as it seemed. At some point, one of the guards noticed us, and I realized that I had to be extremely careful. We hid behind crates, trying not to make any noise. On the one hand, it was scary, but on the other hand, it was incredibly exciting. The chase was real. I felt like I was in a movie. My friends and I were moving quickly through the punishment cells, collecting clues and keys to open the door to freedom. I remember running into one of the cells where I found an important item. A key! It was like good old Minecraft when you find a rare resource and realize it will come in handy. After many trials and difficult moments, we finally made it to the exit. I jumped through the open door and exhaled with relief. Freedom was on the horizon. We rejoiced knowing that we had managed to overcome all obstacles together. This game left me with a lot of emotions, from excitement to joy. Barry's Prison was not just a game for me, but a real adventure where I was able to test my skills and enjoy friendship with other players. If you haven't had this experience yet, definitely give it a try.
That's really cool. Now I'll tell you. As I logged into Roblox and found myself in the world of Barry's Prison, I felt a familiar rush of excitement. The graphics were different, but the thrill of adventure was the same as I experienced in Minecraft. My blocky character was ready for whatever challenges lay ahead. The moment I spawned in, I saw my fellow players standing around, nervously glancing at the towering prison walls. I remembered how I used to build fortresses in Minecraft to keep the mobs out, but this time, I wasn't building. I was escaping. We began to move through the prison, and I quickly realized that we were not alone. Barry, the prison guard, was lurking around every corner, a menacing figure in a bright orange jumpsuit. I could feel the tension rise with every step we took. As we approached the first set of obstacles, I felt a sense of nostalgia, reminiscent of navigating through complex caves in Minecraft. But this time, I had to dodge lasers and avoid being caught. The energy in the virtual room was palpable. My heart raced as I led my group through the first set of challenges. I leaped over obstacles and ducked under lasers, my Minecraft instincts kicking in. Every successful jump felt like mining diamonds. Pure euphoria coursed through me.
We've passed 68%! The finals are coming up!
Yeah, you're right. It's been really cool and interesting, but I think it's time to say goodbye. Bye, everyone. Like and subscribe.
He's running around! Don't you dare get out of that box!
I already know not to get out. Don't tell me what to do.
Steve, this music really scares me!
Alex, I think it's very close. Run!
Hey guys, today me and Steve are gonna play Petapita, School of Nightmares.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. This game is gaining popularity right now, and it's really scary. I'm not really into that kind of stuff.
Tell me you're just a coward. I think it's gonna be really interesting and cool.
Yeah. You think so until we see the first screamer. Then you watch what you say.
Why don't we focus on the task at hand rather than you blaming me?
You started it first, but you're right. Finding the keys is going to take some wandering around this school.
Look, we have stamina, so we need to avoid wasting it as much as possible so we can run away quickly in case of danger.
You're finally starting to say the right things. Good for you. You need to save your stamina to use it when you need it.
You underestimate me. I used to play a lot of horror games, so don't make me look like an idiot.
Okay, I get your point. We also need to collect 150 lights. I wonder what they're for.
I think it's to get out of this school too. Where are the keys? Why haven't we found any yet?
Look, we can also hide in boxes. We need to memorize where the nearest one is to quickly run to it and survive.
Okay, well, let's get busy finding all the lights and keys. I wonder when we'll be attacked.
You know what Murphy's Law says? If you're too afraid of something, it's bound to happen, so don't think about it.
How can I not be scared when I'm walking through such a scary school? I also know there's a monster here, so I'm a little tense.
Yeah, but it's still best to relax and focus on the task at hand if you want to get out of this school as soon as possible.
I'm afraid of every rustle. Let's just sit in the box for a while, see if the sounds mean anything.
I don't think anyone is around and you're scared for nothing. It's just a little event to scare us. Don't worry.
Well, it's better to be safe than to go out and lose. You gotta be more careful in this game.
Well, not to sit in this box the whole game. Let's go out and go look for keys with lights, but you're right. If possible, it is better to hide from all sorts of trouble.
I noticed there's a second floor, but I'm too scared to go up there. What do you think?
Sooner or later, we'll have to go up to the second floor, but for now, we need to explore the ground floor. Let's be brave.
What are we trying to find in the bathroom? Are you sure the keys could have been stashed in here? It's kind of a hiding place.
Well, why not? We can't know for sure if there's a key or not. We have to check everything to find it.
I'm tired of running down these hallways. Where's all the fun and scary stuff?
But we've collected almost all the lights. I think that's pretty good, but I agree. It's weird that we haven't met a single key, but the atmosphere is really creepy.
Yeah, definitely. I'm used to crafting and mining in peace, but this whole lurking monster vibe really adds to the tension. I'm constantly on edge, which is exciting and terrifying at the same time.
Right? I thought those glowing orbs were just collectibles at first, but they're like beacons guiding us through the darkness. We need to keep an eye out for them if we want to find a way out of here.
Totally! My strategy is to stay close to you. You're great at leading the way, especially when it comes to navigating through creepy places. I tend to get lost in these eerie hallways.
Well, I appreciate that. But I wouldn't say I'm the bravest. Remember that time I nearly jumped out of my skin when that monster appeared? It really caught me off guard.
Yeah, that was priceless. But it makes sense. Your adventurous spirit shines in these situations. I'm better at strategizing, but when it comes to facing the unknown, I admire that you can just charge ahead, even if it's scary.
That's fair. We balance each other out. Your cautious approach saves us from making reckless decisions. Plus, you always seem to analyze the situation well, figuring out how to use the environment to our advantage.
Thanks. I guess teamwork is really what makes it work for us, especially in a place like this, where we have to keep our wits about us. And hey, did you notice how the atmosphere shifts whenever we enter a new room?
Absolutely. It's like the game itself is alive, somehow enveloping us in this sense of dread. It makes every flickering light feel like a clue, adding layers to our exploration.
Right! And it's not just the fear factor. There's a whole mystery to unravel. Each key we find feels like a piece of a much larger puzzle. I can't wait to see what secrets the school holds.
Same here. There's something really compelling about uncovering a story while trying to survive. Let's keep pushing forward. At least we have each other to rely on during the scare.
You got it! With both of our skills combined, I'm sure we'll unlock every mystery this school has to offer. Just promise me you'll keep an eye out for that monster while I handle the puzzles.
Deal! Let's see how many glowing orbs we can collect before the next jump scare gets us.
This place is seriously creepy. I can't believe we're actually adventuring in a haunted school.
I know, right? It's like we stepped into a horror movie. But I have to admit, I love the challenge. Exploring these dark hallways is exhilarating.
Yeah, and the whole searching for fireflies thing feels like a puzzle within a puzzle. I really need to step up my game. You always seem to find the right paths and clues faster than I do.
Thanks. I've been working on my navigation skills. Plus, I think it helps that I stay calm under pressure. You know how easily you can get distracted, especially when there's a monster lurking around.
Guilty as charged. I just can't help but get caught up in the thrill. But I think my combat skills are improving. That last monster encounter was intense, but we made it out!
Definitely. Your quick thinking saved us there. But sometimes you need to focus more on stealth. Running and head first isn't always the best strategy, especially with our limited resources.
You're right. I should probably work on my sneaking skills. We can't afford to alert the monster all the time. Maybe I should take some notes on your approach.
That sounds like a plan. We can mix our styles and become an unstoppable team. Just remember, communication is key. If I spot something, I'll make sure to let you know.
Absolutely! And speaking of teamwork, I feel like our bond grows stronger every time we face challenges together. It's not just about the game, it's about how we support each other through tough situations.
I couldn't agree more. Plus, these shared adventures give us stories to laugh about later. Who knows? Someday, we'll look back and remember this as one of our epic quests.
For sure! Now let's stay focused and find those fireflies. I have a feeling they'll lead us to something important.
Right behind you, buddy! Let's see if we can outsmart that monster and uncover the secrets of this school.
When I first launched my first horror game, I had no idea it would be so addictive. I remember it was one dark night when I decided to play The Haunting of Billy. In my Minecraft world, I was confident in my abilities, but there, in this game, I felt real fear. At first, everything seemed pretty ordinary. An old abandoned school, corridors full of cobwebs, and strange sounds from afar. I walked around this gloomy place, feelings of danger and some unseen presence filling the air. Suddenly, a crackling sound was heard nearby, and I realized I wasn't alone. It was a game that made me truly catch my breath. Another game that was memorable to me was The Mimic. This game was very different. My friends and I decided to go through it together, and although we laughed and teased each other at first, the laughter soon subsided. It was in the dark Japanese mythos full of spirits and horrors. When one of us found ourselves alone in the dark hallway, with the rest of us waiting for him at the exit, I remember my heart sinking.
While you were talking, that monster is right next to us. We have to run.
Well, since we lost, I think we should say goodbye. Bye, everyone. Like and subscribe to the channel. Hey guys, today me and Steve will be playing Tung 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 Sahur Prison in Roblox.
Hi everyone, these Italian animals are very popular right now, so we decided to play this game.
Now we will pass different tests and parkour to get out of this prison, and we will be chased by Tung 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 Sahur. I think we can easily escape from him.
Make sure you post in the comments which prison we can still escape from, because I know there's a lot of different ones.
So far, these obstacles don't look difficult at all. What do you think, Steve?
You're right. The obstacles don't look difficult, but we fell anyway.
This will be the last time we fall. Then we'll go carefully. I want to get out of this prison fast.
You are very opinionated. I would take it more seriously. This character has a wooden cudgel.
He wouldn't dare raise his hand against a woman, especially a beautiful woman like me. I understand that Tung Sahur is a man.
Yes, he's a man, but I don't think he's kind enough to spare you. His eyes look so crazy.
So far, I don't see any major obstacles or problems. We're doing great. It's all thanks to my agility and ingenuity.
Look, he's chasing us. We have to get up those stairs quickly so he doesn't catch up. He's very fast.
Don't worry, he won't catch up with us. Although you have to admit he's very big. We're not likely to beat him in a fight.
Yeah, his club is the size of our character. We don't even have a chance to fight him. We have to run without looking back, but I think this won't be our last encounter with him. Hey Alex, can you believe how intense this game is? Every obstacle feels like a new challenge.
I know, right? It's like every time we make progress, there's another trap waiting for us.
And those guards. I swear they have eyes everywhere. It makes it so much harder to strategize our escape.
Exactly. We really have to stick together if we want to have a chance at getting out of here. Communication is key.
For sure. I feel like teamwork is the only way we can outsmart those guards. Plus, the parkour is insane.
Yeah, I didn't expect the platforming to be so tricky. I keep falling at that one jump.
Same here. It's like the game is testing our patience as much as our skills. But we can't give up.
Right. Every time we die, it just makes me more determined to succeed. We'll find a way out eventually.
Absolutely. And when we do escape, it's going to feel amazing. I can already picture the celebration.
Ha ha ha, I can too. Let's keep pushing forward and see what's next. We can't let Tung Sahur win.
Escape from Tung Sahur prison really knows how to keep you on your toes.
The obstacles are crazy. With all the parkour challenges, it feels like we're back in those old platformer games. I think my jumping skills are finally paying off.
Definitely. Your timing has improved a lot, especially with those precision jumps. I'm still working on my coordination. Sometimes it feels like I'm more of a crash and burn type of player.
Ha ha ha, don't worry about it. You've got a knack for strategy, which is super useful for planning our routes. I just throw myself at the walls and hope for the best.
True, but it's that combination of your fearless approach and my careful planning that really keeps us moving forward. Remember that time we almost got caught by Tung?
Oh man, how could I forget? I thought for sure we were done for. But with your quick thinking, we found that secret hideout.
Yeah, that was a close call. It's all about staying calm under pressure. I think we make a pretty good team overall, don't you?
Absolutely! I love how we balance each other out. Plus, it's always a blast playing together, even when the game gets tough. It makes me want to keep improving my skills.
Same here! And it's awesome how we can laugh about our mistakes. At least we have each other to complain to when one of us falls in the lava.
Right? And after this, let's try that new game mode they added. I hear it has even wilder challenges.
Sounds like a plan. Just make sure to stretch before we dive back in. We'll need all the agility we can get.
Good idea. And who knows, maybe we'll add some new moves to our parkour repertoire before the day is done.
Let's do it! But for now, let's focus on escaping this prison. Onward, Alex!
Onward to freedom, Steve. Let's show Tung how it's done.
I escaped from prison once before. I'll tell you how.
Come on, I'm really interested to hear it.
It all started when I accidentally wandered too close to a mob-infested village while exploring a new biome. Before I knew it, I was captured by a group of hostile players who were not exactly friends. Let's put it that way. They threw me into a dark, dank prison made of obsidian blocks, surrounded by towering walls and a deep lava moat that felt like it could swallow me whole.
Wow, that's really cool. What happened next?
At first, I was terrified. I had never been in a situation like this before. The dank smell of the prison was almost overwhelming, and my only source of light was a flickering torch that barely illuminated my stone cell. I knew I had to think quickly if I wanted to escape. I spent the first few days observing my surroundings, trying to figure out the guards' routines and the location of any potential weaknesses in the prison's design.
Sounds creepy. Keep going.
One fateful night, when the moon was high in the sky and the mobs were thrumming with nocturnal energy, I decided to put my plan into motion. I had managed to mine some iron from a hidden vein in my cell. With careful craftsmanship, I forged a simple pickaxe. The guards were more focused on their patrols and the occasional zombie roaming the outskirts than on a solitary prisoner expertly chiseling away at the corner of his cell.
And what's the bottom line?
Finally, after what felt like an eternity, I had a small tunnel dug out. just big enough for me.
You are a very interesting story, Steve. Thank you for the story. I think that subscribers also liked it. Now we are already in some sewers. There are a lot of pipes. By the way, I can also tell a story about how I met Tung Sahur in Minecraft.
Wow, yeah, I want to hear it, but in the meantime, if you're a subscriber, please like and subscribe.
It was one of those days when I was just gathering resources and building my house in the woods, Alex began. I remember the sun's rays breaking through the leaves of the trees, creating a soft light. I was twisting my head around to find the perfect spot for a new building when suddenly I heard a strange sound that sounded like tung, 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 tung. At first, I thought it was the game making some strange sounds, but I soon realized that it was coming from somewhere over the horizon.
I didn't even know Tung Sahur was in Minecraft. I think it's a mod.
I knew right away that this was someone special, Alex continued, trying to convey the emotion of the moment. It's not every day in Minecraft that you meet someone who can make you laugh so hard. We started talking and he told me about his adventures in the game, how he created his crazy memes, and how he got into the virtual world.
Wow, what other emotions were there during this meeting?
They spent the whole evening discussing funny situations they managed to get into and sharing their constructions. Tung was a true master of creativity. He even suggested Alex create a meme together. I remember when we started developing an idea for a meme about how zombies want to reward Tung for his outstanding dancing skills. She recalled with a smile. Alex never thought that a simple gathering of resources could lead to such an unusual encounter. Their friendship grew stronger by the day, and they even started hosting streamings together to share their adventures with the rest of the players in the community. Ever since then, I always look back fondly on the day that Tung turned my idea of how fun Minecraft could be. She finished her story, swinging her pickaxe and continuing to build her incredible world.
I think it's time to say goodbye. Bye, everyone. Like and subscribe.
Oh no, we're being chased by cowboys and they want to kill us!
We need the train to go faster.
Steve, kill those zombies! I'm scared!
He came out of nowhere. We should kick him in the head.
Hi guys, today me and Steve are gonna play Dead Rails in Roblox. It's a very difficult game, but interesting.
Hey everybody! Yeah, I insisted we play this. I really like the Wild West vibe.
Unfortunately, we'll be playing alone, but I think we'll find someone next time.
Our task in this game is to travel as far as possible on the train, but on the way, we will be chased by different enemies.
We're getting started. Are you ready for this adventure, Steve?
Yeah, sure, but now you have to go through training. It's not as easy as you thought.
It's boring. I wanted to start playing right away, but if we have to, let's go through it quickly.
Look, we've got gold. I think we need to find it in different locations.
Yes, you're right, but why are you carrying it to the train? It says at the top that it needs to be sold.
I thought you had to bring everything useful on the train. I didn't see the sign.
Let's get it out of there. Get it back in there. We gotta sell it to get the money.
Don't worry. What do we need money for? Why can't we pay in gold? Alex, have you ever thought about how crazy it is to combine trains with zombies and cowboys? I mean, we're used to battling mobs in Minecraft, but this is a whole new level.
Right? It's like all our skills are being put to the test in a completely different way. I didn't expect the train mechanic to be so intense. It really keeps you alert.
Absolutely. I feel like we're in a Wild West movie, but instead of gunfights, we're swinging swords at zombies. Makes me appreciate our combat skills back in Minecraft.
Agreed. I've noticed you're really good at dodging those enemy attacks. I think all those hours of parkour in Minecraft really paid off.
Thanks. And you're amazing at finding all the hidden gold along the tracks. Just like in Minecraft, you always have a knack for spotting treasures.
It's all about keeping your eyes open, just like when we're mining. But instead of diamonds, we're grabbing gold on this train ride. I love the thrill of collecting resources while battling.
Seriously, it's a fun mix of strategy and action. I think it also shows how adaptable we are. We can take on any challenge, whether it's zombies or collecting gold.
True! I love how we keep improving our teamwork too. Remember when we coordinated that perfect combo to clear out a bunch of enemies? We should carry that synergy into more games.
Definitely. And it's nice to change things up. Sometimes I wonder what other adventures await us beyond Minecraft.
Same here! It's exciting to explore new games and genres. Who knows? Maybe one day we'll be facing aliens or dragons instead of zombies.
Now that would be epic! For now, let's focus on getting that high score in Dead Rails. I'm ready to rack up more gold and improve our skills.
Let's do it! And remember, if we can dodge zombies, we can conquer anything that comes our way!
Think about how great it would be to share our strategies and secrets with other players. We can create our own gaming channel where we will talk about our adventures and share our tactics.
That's a great idea! I think a lot of people will be interested to see how we pass levels, strategize, and do all these amazing things together. And of course we could add some humor to entertain the viewers.
Yes, and maybe we could do live broadcasts. This would give us a chance to interact with subscribers in real time, take their advice, and answer questions about our gaming adventures.
That would be a great idea! We could even do some challenge events, like time battles with bats, or similar events where our viewers could participate.
And of course, we can't forget about sudden twists and turns. For example, inviting friends to battle with us and checking who is the best player. That will add an element of surprise.
That would be really fun! I can imagine us laughing and trying to beat each other in a race or competition. And if one of us loses, we will remember it and laugh about it again.
Yeah, and even if we don't win, the most important thing is the time we spent together. All of our adventures and funny moments are what's really important.
And each new day, as we explore new worlds and games, we'll have new stories to tell. It's nice to think about that, isn't it?
I totally agree. This idea of starting a new channel seems even more exciting to me now. Let's start this journey and see where it takes us.
By the way, I was in the Wild West once, only in Minecraft. You want to hear about it?
Come on, I'm really interested in listening while I beat up this zombie.
As I log into Minecraft, the familiar pixelated world unfolds before me, but today feels different. I find myself standing on a vast, open map with dusty plains stretching as far as the eye can see. The sun blazes overhead, and I can hear the faint sound of a lively tune played on a distant jukebox. Suddenly it hits me! I've been transported to the Wild West!
Wow, what happened next?
At first, I can't believe my eyes. Wooden shanties line the horizon, and the air is filled with the scent of adventure. I look around and spot a signpost that says, "Welcome to Dusty Gulch." Without a moment's hesitation, I decide to explore this intriguing new land. I take a few steps forward, and there's a cowboy standing by a small saloon, complete with swinging doors that creak as I approach. He tips his hat and gives me a friendly nod.
And what did you two talk about?
"Howdy, partner," he greets me, his voice deep and warm. "Looks like you're new around these parts. You ever rode a horse?" "Actually, no," I admit, a mixture of excitement and nervousness washing over me. As I look closer, I see a herd of horses tethered near the saloon, their coats glinting under the sun. There's something exhilarating about the idea of riding one of them. The cowboy shows me the ropes of horse riding, and before I know it, I'm galloping across the open plains, feeling the wind whip through my hair and the thrill of freedom surge within me. We ride for what feels like hours, the landscape changing from rolling hills to rocky canyons, filled with vibrant desert flora and the distant call of wildlife.
And then what?
As the sun begins to set, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, I spot a group of players gathered around a campfire. Their laughter echoes in the stillness of the evening, and I ride over to join them. They're telling stories of their own adventures. Their voices animated as they recount tales of treasure hunts, battles with bandits, and mysterious caves filled with hidden loot. Feeling inspired, I decide to share my own tale of how I ended up here. I describe my unexpected arrival in the Wild West, capturing the enchantment of this new world and the thrilling experiences that have come my way. The players listen intently, nodding and chiming in with their own stories, bringing us closer together. As the stars emerge in the night sky, twinkling like diamonds above us, we devise a plan to explore a nearby abandoned mine, rumored to hold golden treasures. The promise of adventure ignites my spirit, and I can't help but feel grateful for this strange and wonderful twist of fate that brought me here. With my new friends by my side, I ride into the night, the thrill of the Wild West adventure coursing through my veins. Who knows what other surprises and stories await us on this pixelated frontier?
While you were telling your story, we were already dead and lost. I don't blame you, but it's a shame it ended like this. We didn't travel that far, and in the end, it just ran out of fuel.
I didn't do it on purpose. I'm just really into history, but Wild West is cool. I think we can play a similar game again. But this one is so hard. We lost so fast.
If someone else was playing with us, he could revive us. But I don't think he would have survived either. Zombies at night are much stronger, faster and more dangerous.
I think it's time to say goodbye to my subscribers. Thank you all so much for watching this video to the end. Have a good mood, and goodbye, everyone.
Yes, you're right. Don't forget to put likes and write comments. We'll be sure to read and reply to everything. Bye, everyone.